Rejoicing hope, be patient in suffering, persevere in prayer. Romans 12:12. Hi, my name is Marco, and we're going to start with reading. We're in Chapter 5. Fifth division, the science of higher and lower culture. Noblement through the generation story teaches that a race of people is best preserved where the greater number hold one spirit in consequence of the similarity of their custom, and in this pointable principle, in consequence therefore of their common face. Thus strange is afforded by God and their own custom. Thus is learned the subjugation of the individual and strenuousness of character because appears he gives the thing they to this communities is that gradually increasing stupid through transmission follows stability like its shadow. It is on the more unrestricting, more uncertain, and morally weaker in the individuals that intellectual progress of shared communities depends. It is they who attempt all that is new and manifold. Number of the periods of account of their weakness, but her ally particularly when they have the descendants. They flare at and from time to time inflict a wood unstable element of the community precisely in this sore and weakened place. The community is inoculating with something new, but its general strength must be great enough to absorb and assimilate this new thing into its blood. Deviating, deviating nature are of the utmost importance wherever this is to be progress. Every wholesale progress must be preceded by a partial weakening. The strongest nature retain the type, the weaker what helps it to develop. Something similar happened in the case of individual anti-oration and mutilation, even vice and bad of a physical or moral loss is seldom without it baptized. For instance, a simple man in the midst of a warlike and race with perhaps have more chance of being alone and thereby growing quieter and wiser. In so far it appeared to me that the famous struggle for existence is now the only point of view from which an explanation can be given on the progress of a strange nick of an individual or a race, rather much two different things converged. Firstly, the multiplying of stable, strange, stroke metal binding in face and common feeling. Secondly, the possibility of attaining to higher aims through the fact that there are deviating nature and in consequence partial bit cunning or unwitting of the stable strength. It is precisely the weaker natures as the more delicate and free that makes all progress possible. People that is cramboing and within any one park, but as a whole still strong and healthy, is able to absorb the infection of one is new one incorporate it to its advantage. The task of education in a single individual is this: to plant him so fairly and surely that as a whole he can no longer be diverted from his back. Then, however, the educator must would him or else makes use of the womb which failed inflict when pig and Nick have thus arisen something new novel can be not relating into the wounded places with regard to the mistake. Machiavelli says that the force of government is of very small importance. The great aid of statecraft should be direction which outweighs all else. It is only with securely founding and guaranteeing direction that can continual development and ennobling inoculation are at all possible. As a rule, however, authority detained as compassion on all direction will rise in opposition. Free thinker are relating that we call that man a Friedrich who think others wise, that is expanding of in consideration of his origin, Rautign's position and all is or by reason of the prevailing contemporary views. His exception further minds are the rule. This latter reproach in saying that is free principles either have the origin in a desire to be remarkable or else cause free action to be inferred. That is saying, action which are not compatible viewing further morality. Something is also said that the cause of such and such free principles may be trains to mental perversity and extravagance, but only multi-speak pictures, nor does unveiling one itself, but which is thereby to do injury. For the free thinker usually work the proof of his greater calmness and calmness of intellect written in his face so plainly that the fair spirits understand him well enough. But the two other derivations of free thought are honestly intended as a matter of fact. May friends are chaotic in one or the other of these ways. For this reason, however, the tenets to which they attain in this manner might be truer and reliable than those of the feather spirits. In the knowledge of truth, one really matter is the possession of of the impulse under which it also the way in which it was fought. If the free think earth right, then the feather, the spirit around it is a matter of indifference whether the former have reached through immorality or the latter have retained through morality. Moreover, it is not essential to free thinker that he should hold more current views, but that he should have liberating himself from what was customary, be it senses folly or disastrous. As a rule, however, he will have truth, or at least the experience of truth in investigation on his own. He must reason the adherent demand faith. The origin of faith, the fair spirit does not take at its position from conviction, but from having he is a Christian. For instance, no, because he have a comprehension of different creeds and could take his choice. He is an Englishman, not because he decided for England, but he thought Christianity and England redeeming and accepting them without embracing has as one who is born in Wiccan country becomes a wine drinker. Later on, perhaps as he was a Christian and an Englishman, he discovered a few reasons in favor of his habit. These reasons may be unsafe, but he is not therefore safe in his whole position. For instance, let a fair spirit be unlicensed to bring forward its reason against bigamy and death. It will be seen whether its holy seal in favor of monogamy is based upon reason or upon custom. The adoption of guiding principles without reasons is called faith. Clean conclusion drawn from the consequences at trade, but to reason and unreason all stake and order of society, profession, matrimony, education, law, all this fight strength and duration only in the fake which the fair spirits repose in them, that is in the absence of reasons, or at least in the averting in queries as to reasons. The restrictive experience do not willingly and knowledge or willingly acknowledge this appeal, that is building that Christianity, however, conquer faith at nothing but faith at passionately repulse demand for this is pointing to the success of faith. You will soon feel at panting hills of faith. Up through faith shall we be safe as an actual fact. The straight pursues the saint's course, and every fire breathed up is in the same way. Only link this and you will soon feel the goodness that this explains however that the truth of an opinion is proved by impersonal usefulness. The wholesomeness of a doctrine must be a thing for its intellectual surety and solidity, because the further experience written the principle of account of the usefulness. They suppose that the free experience also is one abandoning it is views only holds that through which is professional to him, but as he appears to find profitable the contrary of that which his compatriots find profitable. They assume that this principle or that is principle are they dangerous to them. He must not be right, for he is injurious to us. The strong, good character, the restriction of views which habit has made instinct leads to one is called strength of character. With anyone acts from few always from the same motives is option acquire great energy. This option accord with the principle of the fender experience. They are recognized and they produce in those who perform them the sensation of a good conscience. Females energetic action at a good conscience compose. One is called strength of character. The man of a strong character loves a knowledge of the many possibilities. Direction of action is intellect is fair and restricted, because in a case is shows him perhaps only two possibilities. Between these two he must now of necessity choose, and he does this easily and quickly, because he has now to choose between 50 possibilities. The educating surrounded out at fearing every individual by always placing before in the smallest number of possibilities. The individual is always treated by is educated as is he were something new but choose because a duplicate if he make his fake appear as something not a precedent he must be turned into something not unprecedented in child. The familiar manifestation of restriction is called a good character emblazoned in self on the sign on the default spirit the child's fear discloses is a volcanic common feelings with the foundation of common sentiment. He will eventually become useful to his state or rank. The standard and values of the fair experience there are four spins obtained concerning which the restricted experience say they are in the right. Firstly, all things that are right. Secondly, all things that are not burdened to us are right. Thirdly, all things that are advantageous for us are right. Fourthly, all things for which we have made sacrifices are right. The last sentence, for instance, explains why a word that was begun in opposition to popular feeling is kind of with enthusiasm directly a sacrifice has been made for him. The free spirits who read their case before the forum of the further spirits much prove that free spirit of wasting excepting that free spiritism in the four druid that will not become a burden of finally that uphold they are an abandoned to further experience. It is because they cannot compare the restricted spirit of this life that they profit nothing by having proved the first and second proposition. Es prefer compare with in who has a tradition of his sign and the Reswinger of resolve for his option. The free spirit is always with especially it as action for his as awakening weight to make mounting and point of view and has therefore an uncertain and plantings have what means eating or making in strumps in spines of this soul that his will at least manage to survive by bind up will no perish eventually. What is the source of a strong spirit in before this is especially the question as to the production of genius has withstand the energy, the unbending strength, the endurance which the one opposition to upsetting ideas endeavored to obtain an entirely individual knowledge of the work. The rise of genius, the ingenuity with which a prisoner seeks the means of freedom, the most cold-blooded and patient employment of every smallest and acting counting as a one tool nature something make use of in order to produce genius work which I beg will be understood without any mythological and religious flavor. She naturally beget it in that hunt and absent to the utmost it desire to free itself or to help another picture someone who has completely lost its way in a walk back who with unusual energy bro is trying to reach the opens in what direction or another will something this discover a new path that nobody knew previously does arise. Genesis who are claimed with a originality it has already accepted as mutilation, crippling, or the loss of some important organ is frequently the cause of the unusual development of another organ because this one has to fulfill its own at also neither function. This explains the sort of main a brilliant talent. This Herland remark on the origin of genius may be applying to the special case this origin of the perfect free spirit capture as to the origin of free spirit sun has as the greater increase when in equatorial homes the sun shines upon the scenes with greater for that hitherto so make very strong and spreading free spiritism be approved that desire or either the force of feeling has grown extraordinary, the voice of history in Herland Story prepared to teach the following about the production of hymns. It illustраtes up torments mankind called to the passion any eating up rapidly drives them to desperation. People against people throughout whole centuries. Then, perhaps like a stray spark from the terrible energy thereby arouse the flames and subtly the like opinions, the will like out maintained by the rider's spirit. Thereupon breathes out and leaps over into another domain. He who can attain to a complication of the production of genius of desired to carry out practically the manner in which nature usually goes to work would have to be as invisible and regardless as nature itself, but perhaps we have no rightly. The value of the middle of the room is it is possible that the production of genius is reserved to a limited period of mankind's history, for we must not expect from the future everything that very defined conditions were able to produce. There will never again be a rise of life, a culture that is voting by religion, perhaps even the type of the saints is only possible with a certain narrowness of intellect thus greatest aid of intelligence has perhaps been reserved for a single age. It appeared for you are still in that age when an extraordinary low vacuum mutilating any energy of will concentrate itself as an exceptionally case upon intellectual eyes that I will no longer it seeks when this wild and energies to be cultivating mankind probably approach nearer to each actual aim in the middle of its road and it may be that power we wish for stand at it a condition that out altogether the pleasure it's lying in the undefined, the symbolical, in intoxication, in ecstasy, might fall into this rebuke, for certainly when life is ordered in the perfect state, the present will provide nor more motive for poetry at its own only be those persons who had remained behind who would add for poetical reality. This then would assure as surely look longingly backward to the times of the imperfect state of barbaric society to our times. Oh, finish. Okay. Well, that is for today. Take care. Bye.